Hey everybody, welcome back to another Anheuser-Busch Productions video. We're back here for round 2. This time it's the front 9 of the Blind Hog Spring Thaw Tournament here in beautiful Waynesville, North Carolina. And as always, I am joined with my broadcasting partner, Paul Rankin, aka Paul Kevin. Go ahead and say hey to everybody, Paul.
Hello everybody.
Yeah, and we are playing at the Waynesville Country Club today, and it's beautiful. It's a ball golf course, as you can tell. There's the car that we're going to be playing with today: Nick Morgan, Dathan Witherspoon, excuse me, Jake Rice, and Blaine Light. I want to say an apology to Blaine. I misspelled his name the entire way through this video. I put an I in there. There is no I in Blaine, but he shot a nice 55 first 18. Goodness, I'll get my words correct here in a second. That's all right. Nick Morgan coming up, -9. Hot round. I think it was 992 rated. Very good score for him.
Yeah, it's a solid round. Started on hole 1. Looks like a difficult hole for a lefty backhand, but gets one out there. He'll have a jump putt or something.
And I think you can also tell conditions for this round. The first round wasn't great. Second round was definitely worse. Like, we had more wind. Rain was coming down. It was a tough second round. Dathan puts a nice pump out there as well. And if you remember Jake's throw from the first round, he pretty well parked it. This time, he puts it by the 150 stick. And here's Blaine. Something you're going to see from Blaine throughout the entirety of this video, and a lot of it. He doesn't have some of the greatest distance, but he makes up for it with phenomenal upshots and putting. That guy just doesn't miss much.
Yeah, he looks like he's going to have about the shortest putt possible for his par.
And Jake looking to eye this hole down and try to get 2 twos on this one on the first day, which would be very, very impressive. Putt is up, just a little right.
Looks like he left himself a bit of a comebacker. We'll see if he can hit his first putt of this second round.
Makes it. And it is pretty hard to see, but it's starting to rain pretty good by this point. Like, it's hard to get the grip. I had about 12 towels in my bag, and I think I managed to work my way through about 7 of them during the second round. It was tough to be able to get a grip of the disc.
Yeah, it looks like everybody's got their towels out. We'll see how they deal with the elements. I mean, it's a problem obviously for drives, but for putting, definitely, it's tough to putt
for
with
sure.
a solid grip. For
sure. So now we come up to hole 2. Once again, OB on this hole. If you're in a bunker, it plays as a hazard, so you take a 1-stroke penalty play for the bunker. Path plays as a river. If you're on the path, you're OB. Either side of it is fine. If you manage to find your way to the golf green, you are OB. And fun thing about Nick Morgan, he's a lefty player for the most part, but I don't know if you noticed, he actually putted right-handed back there, and he's kind of ambidextrous. He throws both hands. It's interesting to watch him play.
That is interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that.
I'm sure he'll come up with a right-handed throw here in a minute. Here's Jake taking the very wide hyzer route on this hole. He's trying to get it all the way there, but that hyzer line is tough to get it to the basket.
Yeah, he and Dathan were struggling to get the distance on that in round 1. I'm surprised to see him go for it again with the worst conditions.
Once again, I think it was more of them just throwing because they felt like there was more room over there to play with. A little bit safer that direction. Because that's why Blaine went that way. He's definitely not getting to the hole on this one. He's just more throwing for safety.
Yeah, and that's a really smart play. If you're ever certain that you're not reaching the basket in one shot, then it's always the smartest play to just take your safest route to get a 3.
For sure.
And that's what Blaine did there.
And that's something I wish I could try my best to get more into the habit of. Like, if I know it's either a tough birdie or just not really a birdieable hole, like, go ahead and play for the par. Like, sometimes you'll save a stroke by playing par instead of trying for birdie and getting a bogey.
Right. And with Jake and Dathan's distance, maybe they were trying to go for the basket there, but if they came up short, they just weren't worried. It's hard to say.
Yeah, for sure. So 9 under for Nick, 6 under for Dathan, 5 under for Jake, and 4 under for Blaine. All pars so far, and here is hole 3. We got a bit of a hyzer shot coming up right here. People typically are probably going to be throwing, I'd say, fairway driver to driver on this hole, unless you're Jake, and you can probably take like a putter if you'd like.
Yeah, maybe disc down to a mini.
Yeah, exactly. But there's Nick Morgan putting it right beside the basket.
And was
Dathan.
that a right-handed backhand from Nick this
Exactly.
time?
That was a right-handed shot. That's what I'm saying. The guy, he's amphibious essentially. He's playing out here in this water or in this rain situation. Can throw right-handed or left-handed.
That's a pretty big advantage for him.
Oh yeah.
Surprised he didn't bust out that right-hand backhand on hole one, but
I don't think he is definitely a more comfortable. Like I know Nick pretty personally. He is a more comfortable person throwing left-handed for distance. He doesn't feel like he has as good of accuracy right-handed. And once again, apologies about some of the video quality on this. With all the rain and everything going on, it made the video foggy. It was hard to get it to focus. It was a very tough filming situation. All the kudos goes out to my mother as well. She was the one that videoed for the entire tournament outside of like the drone footage, but she did all of this videoing that you're seeing right now, and she did a fantastic job for her first time really ever doing that as well.
shout outs to Mama Kastle on the camera.
Mama Kastle always does well.
Looks like everybody's got some tap-ins here to finish out the hole.
Yeah, not too bad. Nick coming up with a birdie. There might have been a birdie or two in there as well. Let's see, 10 under for Nick, 6 under for Dathan, 5 under for Jake, and Blaine coming up with a birdie as well. He moves to 5 under. I do want to quickly say an apology. There is no back nine on this side. With all the rain that happened, camera died, we lost a lot of footage. I could not get a back nine, so I will say it's only a front nine of this second round, which stinks a little bit, but hey, don't worry, we got the full coverage on the third round that will be coming up after this one. Nick steps up after throwing a righty backhand last hole, lefty backhand right there. And here's, yeah, exactly. And here's a very good overhand shot from Blaine. Something I didn't really know he had. I wasn't expecting him to walk up and just chuck about a 330-foot thumber.
Yeah, that was unexpected as well, given his previous shots, but it looked like it worked out really well for him.
It sure did. Dathan, I think, was flirting with the OB right there. I believe he missed it. And here's Jake. Catches a little bit of a tree. Gets through it, though. He'll have a birdie putt. And once again, camera, I'm telling you, we struggled with this. Camera died right there. Missed all the putts. And we missed hole 5 as well. It was a struggle this second round with all of that rain. There was some birdies and stuff through there. I honestly don't know what the scores were. I believe I put in the finals tallies after the second round at the end of this video. At least I hope I did. If not, sorry about that. I'll have a link down below to the final scores of everyone that you can go check out. And now we join you back on hole 6. It's our first par 4 on the front 9. It's a reachable one, though.
Give these players a chance to open up a little bit. Looks like Nick still has the box, so he's still playing well.
Yeah, Nick played extremely well this entire tournament. He just never really got himself into too much trouble, and if he did, he managed to get his way out of it. And this was a play I was very interested to see Blaine do, that he actually takes this hyzer route. I feel like that brings in so much extra OB that he just doesn't need. Like, if he goes up the middle, he'd have a very easy up shot from the middle as well, that with really no OB. But throwing to the right, you bring in that path over there that's OB.
Yeah, it is an interesting play, but, you know, like we mentioned earlier, I'm sure that he's just playing this one for a 3, so I guess he feels that's the best way for him to set up for a 3. Maybe the approach is more confident from over there. Who knows?
I guess whenever you are on that side of things, your approach is definitely a hyzer shot, so that does help out some things as well. You don't have to worry about trying to either flex an ante or do something like that, or you can just be Nick and, you know, be able to throw right or left-handed. Jake got him.
Looks like Jake's gonna have to lean out or try to get around some of these low-hanging trees, but
I really think he wanted to try to run for that, but he had to settle for just laying up. And Dathan, 2 rounds in a row, gets a 2 on this hole. That's not bad.
Yeah, this is a great hole to get a 2 on, really gain some strokes on the field if you're able to do it.
For sure. Nick, very solid putt for par by him as well.
Yeah, it looked like his upshot didn't get quite as close as he wanted hitting that first tree, but looked like he got a good roll around and was able to put it in without any issues.
That is something I'm gonna have to ask him about. I'm good friends with Nick. I'm gonna have to ask him why he's more comfortable throwing like long distance left-handed, but putting right-handed. That just seems very interesting to me. That that he has.
I played with a few people like that. And I know for some people having a baseball background affects that, where a left-hand backhand feels more like a right-handed baseball swing.
For sure.
There are some different subtleties that go with it. It's not often that you see someone who backhands both ways, though, so that's definitely interesting.
It is, and it definitely helps that he doesn't just have, because a lot of times you'll see people backhand one way but flick the other, which is essentially the same shot. So he has two different shots, which is good.
Wow.
Yeah, Blaine nearly slammed it in on that thumber.
Yeah, that was a great looking overhand from him.
Here's a good flick coming up from Dathan as well, right under the basket.
Yeah, just Velcro's right up to the pin.
Yep.
It's a great shot.
And I believe this is a putter shot right here from Jake.
So it looks like he's lining up for an Anheuser line.
And gets a pretty nice one. Through the bushes, he'll have himself about a 15-footer. Nick's kind of on the wrong side of this big pine tree. He actually had a bit of a run from over there, though. It was a tough one.
Yeah, so it looks like Nick might be conceding some strokes to the card on this hole.
Yeah, the other three, excuse me, should definitely have some birdies. Dathan, I mean, he's just laying it inside the basket. That always makes for easy putting, especially when you can putt with the driver.
Yeah. And with Dathan already putting, Blaine's got to be close as well. He taps in. So 3 birdies and a par in this hole, which is about what you'd expect from a hole this short on this course.
For sure. I mean, it comes with this danger, but it is still pretty easy. This one, the same distance, but a lot more challenging. It was so hard to keep it on the disc golfing green. Here's the ball golf green. Don't go on that. That's OB. We're going to go over top of a brook as well. That is OB if you land inside of it. And then the path, if you were on it, is OB to the left and behind.
Yeah, so almost an island hole, effectively.
Pretty much. It was very difficult to keep it on it. Blaine had a very, very nice one over there. Our card was right in front of them on hole 9, so we were either giving them the X or the safe sign. I believe everyone's shots stayed safe right here, but it's so hard to remember what exactly happened. Jake goes left of the path, coming up with that big hyzer.
He did that first round as well, going deep past the OB.
Just remembered. Nick actually, I believe, throws it right into the pond. Yeah, he's going to have to play, or not the pond, the creek.
Yeah,
he's
too bad.
He's playing 3 from Creekside.
Oh, yeah, that's not an easy putt either.
And misses it. He's going to have to settle for 4. There's Jake playing from behind the trash can and having to go over top of the hole 4 sign for the ball golf course. Oh, skips off the top.
Oh, it carried a bit good ways too, so.
And not an easy 3-putt. Dathan airballs it. Misses pro side, though.
Yeah, that was a little soft. You got to wonder if he's thinking about that OB behind him.
Yeah.
Jake with an unfortunate airball there. That's got to sting.
And nothing you can do but put your hands in your pocket right there, kid. Just shake it off, go on to the next hole. And we still haven't seen Blaine throw, so Blaine was very, very close. That's one of his discs right there beside the basket on the drive.
Solid comebacker from Jake. It's good to see that.
Yep.
At least get some confidence. Even though you missed your earlier putts, you just got to put it behind you and move on. We'll see if he does that going forward.
Nick tapped out his bogey as well, and it's always nice whenever you can have a set-in 2 on a pretty difficult hole.
Yeah.
Now we're on to hole 9. It's a short little hole right here, but you got a lot of danger with it being right beside the pond. Easy miss is to miss about 25 right and just leave yourself a putt from over there.
Yeah, so that pond is really close to the baskets here. Trying to get just over that or play it safe and a little long, like you mentioned.
Yep,
that's what everybody opts to do here.
It's kind of what Blaine does. He plays it to the right a little bit. He left himself about 25 feet.
Yeah, and that's a smart play. It looks like the way he threw it, he was never over the water at any point. So just
Date
making sure that he stays safe.
Dathan flirted with it a little bit, but he's safe. Jake, woo, he is right on the water's edge, but safe. And Nick, that is a nice shot right there. Even though it was going over the water, it really never had a chance of going in, and he's about 15 feet away.
Yeah, so it looks like everybody should have some putts at this basket. See if anybody connects for a birdie. Jake maybe still trying to shake off his putting woes from earlier.
Dathan, let's see if he can step up and nail about a 20-25 footer here. Eyeing it down. Putt is up. Putt is in, holds high.
A little high, but basket took it anyway. It's a good putt from Dathan.
And there, I'm telling you, Blaine has such a nice putt. He comes like with a low ante that almost air bounces its way into the hole, and it's so pretty to watch.
Yeah, it's a really nice nose up putt, so you can keep, the right height the entire way throughout the putt. He doesn't have to worry about too much drop or rise. So,
and the good thing is, if he misses that, it really doesn't have a chance of going too far past it either.
Right, it'll slow down so much after it misses.
So 3 2s and a par for Jake right there on hole 9. And back 9 will be coming soon once again. Or excuse me, no back 9 coming soon on this one. Apologies that we lost the footage for the back 9 with just corruptness and rain. It was a tough situation for us. I want to thank everyone for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, everybody. Catch you soon.